Hi, YouTube family. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Thank you for stopping by the channel to get another good bit of wisdom for your day. So we are just bringing stories in about all kinds of topics because we know people don't have a lot of time, and you may, can use some of this information for your best and highest good. So we are just bringing this to you in short, simple videos that you can get the latest stories that are out there that are not just out there on the mainstream media, but hopefully will give you more truth. So today we are going to go into Ascension Symptoms. I have made an Ascension Symptoms video on our channel, which you can go to of my own story, but many know about this, many don't know about this, but the earth is changing energies. There's a lot of things that are going on with the sun, with the earth, and of course we are made up by this, material of the earth, so therefore we are affected by all of these things, and the earth is going through a major transition, so therefore we are going through a major transition. And sometimes this can be very scary. You don't know what's going on. I find that symptoms will be there for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, never to return, or they may return a few months later. But it's always comes in and out, and it never, is something that is permanent, and never something that shows up at the doctor as a problem. But it can feel like a problem, like you're going through it, and it can be scary. So I just want to come in and start sharing some information about that, so I can give some people peace and comfort in understanding of what we're all going through, because this can be quite a trying time, and especially with the solar flares and the Schumann resonance of the earth changing so dramatically. If you have not looked into the Schumann resonance, it is said to be the heartbeat of the earth. 7.83 hertz, which is what we normally match with the earth with that, but she's increasing to 40 plus hertz. I think they have even mapped 100. So we are being changed to help match her frequency as it is rising, and that causes symptoms. So I just wanted to go into this article today to just start touching on this to help people along with this transition and what might be going on and what can help them. All right, so we're going to go into this article today talking about ascension symptoms associated with the influx of incoming new earth energies that can activate various physical disturbances and sensations as the collective ascends towards much higher vibrational frequencies. The activation of minor chakras may result in discomfort or pain if energy flow is stagnant or possibly blocked. Something that I have been led by spirit to understand is that it is like liquid Drano, or liquid plumber, should I say. When there's a clog and this energy is coming in, the sun energy, places where you have things that are stuck or out of balance, it can be like it's working right there in that area, and it's pushing, and it just causes the discomfort. But as the energy is moved, which I always suggest, movement of the body, stretching, keeping things flowing, tapping, and then not continuing to take negative energy into the body, but being in a positive flow of positive energy. So this doesn't feel so, uncomfortable as it's coming in. But that is a part of what happens. And then once the energy is moved, once you are, removing stuff out of the physical vessel, stuff that's just no longer serving you, whether it be your thoughts, your beliefs, or just you're changing your diet, certain things, this can all help that flow be easier. Within the Heart Collective, recent days have been a significant increase in frequency levels, causing individuals to feel disoriented and ungrounded, like floating in space as they expand. As this expansion progresses, the pineal gland that acts as a transmitter and hypothalamus, I can say it eventually, expand to strengthen the anchoring of the higher conscious chakra system located in the brain. This is particular for those leading the way to the fifth dimension and beyond. Speaking of the floating in space, I have that often. I find myself going outside to put my feet on the ground. I have a grounding mat. I have grounding sheets. If you have not looked into the grounding movie or the earthing movie to find out what grounding does for us, I would say it is revolutionary what they are finding out for your health and your well-being, and also to help you integrate these energies. but sometimes feeling dizzy and floaty doesn't feel very good. And when you can just, bring that more to a grounding, bring yourself back in, it can help tremendously. So it doesn't mean something's wrong. This is just a part of this process. Physical manifestations such as head and back pain, extreme headaches, vivid or unusual dreams are common as sensory abilities and new chakras come online. The new conscious human expresses an higher dimensional aspect of self, allowing for quick rest and recovery. While expansion can be uncomfortable, it is temporary and part of the embodiment journey that ultimately benefits the collective. The activation of additional chakras like the nose, ears, throat, and glandular centers brings heightened sensitivity to sound, smell, and physical sensations. Our sense of smell correlates with the different frequencies, indicating our vibrational alignment with different timelines. I have to admit that my senses have gotten very heightened. I just cannot deal with like the smallest of noise. Someone's hammering way down the road and I'm liable to pick it up. And then that's all I can hear is that little thump. So we have moved out into pretty much the country to nature where I can just have a little less of all of that going on around me, which, I highly recommend. But yes, everything, even light. Sometimes I'll wear sunglasses in the house because the light has gotten to where it's a little extra for me at times. So all of this is normal. The hand and feet chakras activate. Sensations of sweating, burning, and the feeling of golden skin, second skin, or gloves may be experienced as the body adapts to anchor higher vibrational grids on Earth. And yes, I get burning patches on the skin to just, random hot moments that woman might think she's having hot flashes, but this is also a part of this journey. So, you just kind of have to make sure of where you are with all of this, and then it comes and goes. So you'll also notice that. These energetic shifts also unlock divine abilities as radar, sonar, lidar, telepathy, and extended third eye visions, enhancing our abilities to navigate this transformational time on Earth. As ascending individuals progress in their ascension journey, they may experience a sense of invisibility for a time to those vibrating at lower frequencies, reflecting the growing separation of timelines and worlds. So sometimes people are just splitting in their relationships just because their vibration no longer matches. So don't take it personally, because what I always say is that God will have people stay in your life that are meant to be there, and those that you're just not connecting energetically with anymore, that are not serving your best and highest good or for them, they might not be there anymore. So don't take any of that personally, and just realize it's all a part of the process. Some ascending may encounter temporary memory loss or experiences of being moved out of certain realities as a part of compassionate realignment to the more suitable and aligned timelines. The medical phenomenon known as transient global amnesia has emerged to describe temporary memory loss and ascension linked to energetic waves and shifting timelines. During these episodes, ascending individuals may experience a sudden rush of recent memories, disorientation, and difficulty forming new memories. The unique condition highlights the profound effects of energetic shifts on human consciousness and perception as we collectively navigate towards higher dimension of existence. Experiencing transient amnesia can lead to repeated questioning due to memory lapses regarding recent events or long-term recollections. Despite the memory loss, ascending individuals typically remember the identity and familiar faces. Although unsettling, this condition is uncommon, generally harmless, and tends to not reoccur. Episodes are usually brief, with memory function returning after the episode. The ascending are constantly navigating and evolving from people and situations that may have caused disorientation when fear took hold of the body. Understanding these ascension symptoms phenomena, ascending individuals avoid unnecessary visits to the medical practices by discerning ascension symptoms, as most times it will be energy related and transient in nature. And yes, I much agree with that, as I have put this in God's hands and just known that these changes were normal. I went from being in the doctor a whole lot to not being in the doctor at all, and going through stuff that could be very concerning at times, but ends up being nothing, passes, and if anything, I'm getting healthier ultimately. So that is what is amazing in it all. Always using discernment and seeking medical care when it is needed. Find the balance for the internal self is an important factor in transitioning and merging with higher self. Ascending souls releasing the weight of the past is what shapes our present. Only love, light, and truth on this planet can set humanity free. Honoring the sacrifices throughout that have shaped existing consciousness, higher self encourages living fully in the here and now with no regrets. Earth's new energies have planted seeds for new beginnings. The ascending are now paying closer attention as they truthfully access their existing foundations in life. 2025 energies will enhance the importance of creating a solid foundation in the sense of direction based in authenticity through the expanding connection with divine source energy. This is what will create a solid structure in conscious new earth living. Yes, and I would speak to that as my guidance has always been from spirit to find my authenticity, find what really makes me shine, my joy, and that will help me through all of this. And just being who you are, and then having those around you who truly accept you, who you are and your truth, is very important. And so finding what lights you up in your job, in your hobbies, whatever it may be. And then while you're finding that, maybe you can't find the perfect job today, or you have things that are going on, just take those moments to dance or sing or play, and just lift up your energy and keep that higher state of energy going no matter what you're going through. And if someone brings negativity to your doorstep, you're in a challenging situation, take a few moments to just think of something that has brought you much joy. Maybe it's your children, your husband or wife, an experience that you had that just puts a smile on your face, because it will lift your vibration back up, your energy back up, and then you won't keep sinking, because the next thing that comes, if you haven't lifted yourself back up, it'll just sink you more and more. And the whole thing is to keep yourself uplifted in a higher state of positive energy. So as the energies come in, you will be able to acclimate them, and they will actually serve you in a higher higher purpose, instead of feeling like they're so bombarding and causing you maybe negatives you would deem more as negative. And so I find that when you lift up, these energies can feel very blissful. They can lift you up, just make you almost feel like you're just giddy, like you're just about to have the most exciting experience. And then you'll go back into the other, where it's just kind of, you kind of low out just a little bit. But, the energy is definitely here, a beautiful high vibrational energy that's helping to lift us all up. So it's like catching that wave and just riding it and not letting it, run over you. And so the key is laughing and loving and dancing and singing, and do what makes you happy and puts a smile on your face, even if it's just for a few minutes, thinking about it or doing it. And you do that few times throughout your day, and it's going to keep you in that high vibrational state. So I just wanted to read this, and I'm going to bring more videos forward about this, because I feel like it's very important. It plays a huge part in my life and my husband's life. We have been on this journey for many years, and we have devoted a lot of time to getting information around this subject, along with our degrees we have learned are all in metaphysics, so we can speak to this as much knowledge, and hopefully from our own testimony and what we've learned through book knowledge, we can bring this to you, along with these great articles that just kind of framework what's going on. So hopefully this can be useful to you, and we'll bring more in the future. I thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to share this information with others who may not have any idea this is going on, and can be helpful for them. So thank you all. Have a blessed day. Stop by again.